We're ready, Tony. All right, ready? What do we got? 9.2. Oh, a second. I got put these in there. 10, 2. There it is. Feedback for Tony. Let's keep it at 2 notes.
All right, I'll go first. Looks like you forgot a couple moves. So smooth it out or make it symmetrical. And then the only other thing is there was a moment where you came out and you had your hands split.
Thank you. Yeah, the hand flare, and then the neck. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good flow. I did see your body go up and down, so maybe like having a more constant position.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, who's next?
What's your level?
So Chris is going to be your the expert or advanced?
I
don't know. I think what's your years? Expert. Good.
Excellent. 9 to 10.
Should I be on the X or?
It doesn't matter. That's for Chisao, so you're
Oh,
good.
okay.
Whenever you're ready. Oh, I printed one out. 141.
141, okay.
It's not 1 to 10.
9 to 10.
9
9 to 10.
to 10. Okay.
Terrible.
Still better than mine.
Well, not when you see what letter/number I put here. We don't know if it's a letter or a number.
That'll make me feel better. You want to start with critiques or score?
Score first.
Start first.
All right, what we got? And go ahead and give Chris your notes, please.
Oh, we go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, what you're doing is really hard. It shows. If you're going to do it, you're going to need to build a lot more stability. That was the biggest factor. So, stability means not shaking when you have your foot up, symmetry when you have your knee lifted, symmetry again for, I think you did something at the very end before you did your last movement on the left side, but not the right side.
That's how I learned it, is you hold the 1 and then 1, 2, 3.
Fair enough?
That's right.
Fair. Being that I don't know your form, right? For me, I'm looking for symmetry. If that's the way you're going to do it, just keep that in mind that some of the other judges may also feel the same way about symmetry.
Fair. Thank you.
Yeah, the spine was wobbling a little bit for some of the stable. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
The flow was nice. Just the rumbling,
Yeah.
hip or whatever, that's just the thing, the main thing that distracted.
No, that's right.
But the flow was nice.
No.
But the rumble,
Yeah, that hasn't happened before. I figure
Yeah.
it's. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know we're limited to 2 things, but this is really, really important. You got to work on your thumbs. They're all over the place.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also,
Who's next?
Nice job.
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Level.
All right, Sterling is at novice.
6 to 7.
Are you getting time?
I'm not going to touch you.
Or, well,
No.
so
Yes.
listen to instructions to start.
Matt.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
All right, ready? You want time?
Sure.
All right, ready? Whenever you're ready. what's the score? 6, 7. Good job. Cool. All right, give me your feedback.
Right. Really good stuff. So, I think the first thing I'll mention is your intentional breathing was great, but I saw some extra breathing in there.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. We can talk about it after. But basically, exhale. Right? See how my movement is synchronized with my breathing? There's a little bit of time in there where you're like, right?
Okay.
So that's one thing, and then the only other thing which I had to really nitpick at this because everything else was great, was just a little bit of symmetry. Your right side, you're starting kind of here instead of here.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, the right to left, the stance. One's definitely right's definitely ahead more and turned in more, and then the moving hitchhiker on your right hand.
Yeah.
Hitchhiker moves around. Like he's not sure if he wants to go to a Grateful Dead concert or like lay down in the park.
Okay.
Yeah, overall good energy, movement, if anything, like the feet, maybe a little more symmetry, and then shoulders.
Thank you so much.
All right, Matt's going at expert.
Are we, hold up. So far the last two people haven't bothered. Are we talk about that? I don't care.
That's something we can fix in the week before.
No, that's it. I mean, okay. Right.
Tell shorter.
All right, what have we got? 7, 9, 7, 3, 5. On to the thousands. All right. And what do we got? 9, 7, 5. All right, go ahead and give back your feedback.
This is you. So thumbs, and then you wind up on your right side.
What?
You wind up on your right side, so when you're gonna throw, you overturn. I'm limited to 2 things. Those are your biggest ones.
Okay, so you warmed up at the end, so I think later on you look better than you started. But the feet, like when you're going to the front to the back of your feet when it seems like it should be a stable time. And I'm curious about like, yeah, that's foot thing, and yeah, the front to back foot. And then the neck, you know, the neck, it got better with time. Like when you warmed up, it started coming up, like, you know. So.
Yeah, that was good energy, movement. The head was going, at first it was kind of more down. Maybe the eyes were like looking around, so having, you know, looking at the strike. Yeah, good job.
Go ahead, Thomas. Yep. Thomas is going at intermediate. When you're ready. All right, school. All right, what do you kids do here for that?
Biggest thing is symmetry in the movements themselves. So you standing there is fine. But when you're moving left and right, there's something a little bit off. And I only picked up on it on the very end. The way that your back knee kind of inflects in as you move is different when you move this way than when you move this way. I'll have to show you later to tell you more about what I'm talking about, because I know exactly what it is. The only other thing I can think of is there was a little bit of a miss on your opening. I think you know what it was.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
Okay, so the foot distance, left to right, it's different distance. One, it seems like one side you're a little closer, other one you're more balanced, and then you know, also another left to right. It's like the battle of the giraffe and the tortoise. Like when you're more, when you're taller, going to your right, and you're more tortoise on your left. So it's just like the neck, like a giraffe neck, tortoise neck. So it just the kind of like, you know, I try to draw a picture of it. So it kind of like, you know, it's just so yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, like
Yeah, so the level change, you know, sometimes you'd be higher, you turn, and then you'd be lower or higher. And then when you rotated, instead of rotating on the spine, it was kind of like that rotation or something. Yeah, it was like, yeah. And then you're doing better on keeping it instead of as much forward, a little bit better. Good job.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, I didn't flush
All
it.
right, and Haley is at novice.
Novice, 67.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Wait, I swear, are you timing?
I was talking.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right, scores. 675.
He's reading them out loud to you.
689. 66. All right, feedback.
Okay, so taking into account your novice, plus I know how long you've been doing this, you want to make sure that your body is stable. One of the biggest things, and if you've done another combat system, it might be different, but for us, everything about the body and the torso is foundation. The only thing that's kind of anything else is your arms for attacking, right? So one is that, and then two, as you're doing your movements on the right side, you kind of torque like your shoulder forward to kind of reach for it, and that brings your symmetry off. You have one of two options. Either do it on the other side to make it look symmetrical, or fix it, where you're just staying very still. The only other thing I'll point out is normally you wear glasses, but Eye of the Tiger and the Stoic face, which we'll show you later, is just complete, I'm going to annihilate you. And so everything was great except for a little too much blinking, which is a hard thing to fix.
Okay, so complete. Yeah, so left thumb, I noticed that. And nice flow. You weren't greedy, that was nice. And you know, like a little drag on the right side, you know, like when you torqued, and that kind of just edge of the symmetry somewhat. So it kind of like a little bit of drag on the right sometimes when you torqued it up, and then that gave like a wiggle to your leg. So like, you know, but beginner, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, good. That was pretty even throughout. I saw your pinky like go out one time, but yeah, maybe a little bit more energy, but yeah, pretty good. Good movement.
Yeah.
Who's next? All right. Megan is beginner. All right, scores. 7-2, and 7-3.
That's my guy. You're coming with me.
All right, feedback.
All right. We both know you missed a couple of things, but that's okay. You try to make up for it with the symmetry, which is great. A lot of pop. I like that too. I guess one, pay attention to your thumbs. It wasn't always. It was just sometimes, but it was enough for me to notice. And then yeah, try not to miss your cues. But if you do, make sure you're on that other side exactly the same. Because when you do it, we won't know the difference if it's symmetrical.
1 and 5, finger 1, finger 5. They would, you know, more on the left side than the right. You know, it's like barely noticeable, and then like when you notice it, your right eye kind of goes.
Oh, I would tell. That's
Yeah. So
okay, good to know.
Yeah, pretty even, good energy, good flow, good power. The only thing I like the eyes in the beginning, the eyes were like, oh, okay, what am I? Later on, I was like, oh, I'm comfortable. So that's it.
All right, more eyes than tiger, more fingers. Thank you.
Go for it.
More
Yes.
fingers together.
Kaylee is beginner. hold on a second. All right,
What range are we?
beginner.
Beginner, 6575.
All right, scores. 735. 74. 731.
So, I have good news for your criticism. I had a nitpick. Not a lot for me to nitpick. It was really good. My nitpick is that right shoulder pops up a little bit. But, I mean, symmetry is good, pop is good, everything else is pretty good.
Okay, the thumb to the body shot. On the, yeah, the left side, left side. And then that thumb would float out now and then. So it just, at certain times, but on the right side it didn't do it. So that's and then, you corrected it later, but then, you pulled left, like, in the beginning, and then it corrected itself. So that's the two things I noticed. But you know, nice flow, you know, good power, you know, it's yeah, good flow, you know.
Yeah, good. It was good focus and energy and power. So good job.
Yep. And you are intermediate, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, intermediate. Okay, when you're ready.
BMW, right? 758?
So 5'8".
What's the frequency?
All right. Let's see if you know what I'm talking about. Only your left finger, only your left index finger does this, and it's on everything. It's not a deal breaker, but it is the first thing I noticed. Another one that I noticed is that you chamber low on your right side. So every time, it's not every time. It's I think it's when you come off of a turn, you chamber low. So watch yourself in the mirror to correct that, because it's not typical at all. It's just asymmetrical, yeah. So when you turn, you chamber low. But when you're doing other stuff, it's up here. And then shoulders is coming up a little bit. So other than that, those are all contributing factors. If you correct those things, then you are symmetrical. So.
Okay, when you have the doubles, left, whether left's on top or bottom, it's curving, and then the thumb thing, still left, and then left foot.
She's doing like this.
Well, I'm saying it's like
Body
this,
cocked or the actual
like
hand
that,
motions?
the hands. So like you're straight, and then the bottom, and then even if you're on top, the left is still kind of curving. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, and then the left thumb too, and the left foot. Left foot goes forward. Your right foot turns in. So it's that's the main thing I noticed. You know, like well, you know, we said two things. So that's one thing or two things. Anyways, that's two things. Yeah.
Good power and on the one of the turns, I know your toes went up, so you're like you're controlling it. That shoulder, one shoulder is up, and the level change, maybe keep more even, and then the pinky.
This one?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, you saw the pinky? I saw the index finger.
Oh. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, so next and main is intermediate. Yep. All right, when you're ready.
I'm messing up my own score. There we go.
All right, ready? Schools.
7.6.
7. Thank you. 7, 6, 5.
Sorry, BMW. Just like, well, BMW.
7, 5, 8.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a freebie here because it's the same as before. You have this thing where your index finger is here. That's the freebie. The other part is you have your fingers swayed a lot during your form at different various stages. I'm not talking about when you're like doing the ball or something like that. It's like when you're doing something like a time. It's kind of tiger claw thing. Symmetry, but that's mostly fixed from fixing the shoulder. I guess that's two.
Left heel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the main thing I noticed. And then the extension on your punches, like some, like the 3. Like, you do it later, so it's not, like, you're extending later, but then earlier, you're kind of like long, short. So, yeah, those are the main things.
Good flow, power. There was one part where you paused. There was a longer pause.
Oh, the Qigong pause? Qigong recharge?
But yeah, good power, focus, and then there was a little bit of level change when you would turn and shift. So I noticed that, but overall good.
No, I was wondering if you forget and somebody goes, ah, does that like cover it? Like, ah,
They do it on the other side, yeah.
yeah.
If you lean in, I will give you props for that.
Forget. And then you're like, ah, Super Saiyan.
All right, and Miss Nikki is novice.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get my phone number. Okay, when you're ready. All right, schools. 6, 5, 6, 6, 5, 6, 7, 2. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, all things considered,
There we go. There's one.
as you work and practice on your form more, pay attention to the bobbing of up and down. So when you do moves, are you bouncing, right? I call it float, but are you bouncing? And I know that there's a moment or two where you kind of forgot, and that's okay. That runs through you. The only other thing is exactly one time you wound up. So for the rest of your form, you're fine, and then on one, you're like, huh? And I'll let you figure out which part of the form that was. But
Pretty even. Just I know sometimes the left pinky floats, and then at the end it was like, it's like the sad end.
Yeah.
So like the sad end kind of affects the motion of it, you know, and like kind of like you were powering down while like so yeah, but nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty even overall. I just see the pinky go out one time, and then maybe like he was saying, the shoulder was like that one time. Oh yeah, pretty good.
Advance, right?
yeah,
8.5 to 1.
good.
All right, when you're ready.
next. All right.
Scores. 9-1, 9-8.
918.
Yeah, you got it.
And 9-2. Okay.
So I'm not talking about the very end where you had to bob up and down, but there's a lot of stylized movement of your body while you're doing hand movements. So it was symmetrical, that's fair, but it was something that I noticed on that part. And then pinky flare. Dainty pinkies.
Okay.
A lot of it.
Thank you.
Wait, oh, you good? Okay.
You ready? You guys ready? All right, whenever you're ready, Matt. One 37. All right, let's see what the scores are.
Are you ready for me?
You guys ready? All right.
First shot.
5, 9-4-4, and 9-7. Just so everybody knows, I have the platform down because one of my other students who's 6'3",
Yes.
6'4", is also doing this, so I had to raise it for him. So I have this so that I can do the
All right, so to be clear, dummy form is a lot harder than any other stuff that we're watching. We're scrutinizing a little bit more, we have more criteria. So amongst the things that I'm looking at are your flow. I understand that you're the first I'm watching, but there's a little bit of struggle with pacing. Application was a little bit off at certain points, and then you had a little bit of problem with footwork. Right? You had some extra steps in there.
All did.
That had good flow, rhythm. The right tansa I think was higher than the left for a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah, the flow was nice. You know, the 3 steps were not coordinated, and and then the looking seemed like there was a little like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, no, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Mind you, while he's walking around, I saw the platform move, But we were also talking exactly about that before. So it's, are you able to compensate for movement in space with the belly?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, what was this? Advance, right? So
Advance. 8.5 to 9.5.
Okay. I can confirm because I've done this before where I messed it up, but we did a good song.
All right, ready? Here we go. 915. 9-2.
Bless you.
And 9-2-8.
Okay, so, I mean, really good. There's some missteps and some tripping over the dummy a little bit, but to be expected. Like, nobody so far has done it perfectly with footwork. Footwork is definitely where your deficiency is not your hands. Other than that, I really have nothing else to criticize. I mean, it was good.
Good flow, power. The spine was kind of tilting a little bit for some of the moves, but otherwise good.
Power's nice, flow's nice. Like when you jump sometimes, like the lean forward back, you know, like one side there and then one side. When you're here, you're kind of like, "Rrr." So those two jams, and then the right footwork or right, yeah, just right hand a few times, you know. Besides that, you know, everybody seems to have a little footwork thing with this, but it's okay. Hopefully it'll get better.
All right. All right, when you're ready. All right, ready? 9-1. 9-1-5. And
9-2-2.
9-2-2.
Okay. Step back. So footwork. There's a lot of sliding. I don't know if that's part of your form. I didn't see it before, but sliding, at least in my book, is a no-go. Outside of that, there's a little bit of a pacing issue. So your first 10 moves were a little bit slow. You picked it up right after that, and then you slowed down again. So you have a tempo problem. And I know that the form is really hard, so it's going to just need more practice to get the flow right. It's not about how long it takes you to transition. It's about how much time is taking place between different moves. And it's not consistent enough, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I'll leave that there.
One question, could you elaborate on the sliding part of it?
Versus
Okay.
like how you were doing it earlier. I heard your feet so much more, and it sounded like sandpaper.
Okay.
You're sliding across the floor too much, and I think you're using it as a device to feel where you are in space,
Okay.
which is in and of itself its own technique.
Okay.
But if that's what you're doing, it means you're not aware of where the leg is.
Okay. So essentially, I need to lift my leg a little bit.
And I'm not going to tell you have to lift your leg.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you that you're using the sliding too much
Okay.
for the purpose of the study.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I think one time one of the blocks out, your thumb was out. For some of the pulls, I saw your body like jerking back and forth a little bit, so maybe solid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, the 3 wonder thumbs, you know, like your thumbs would go out. So like, you know, and then the awaken the tiger, you know, like the tiger spirit, you know, yeah, excited tiger, or stalking tiger, you know. 'Cause I know I used to do line dance. There's a part where you're sleeping,
Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
boom, 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 boom. So it's got to be boom, 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 ready. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah.